So before you shove her shaft in, glove and lube. But that looks sexy. She nasty. What up, everybody? We're back on the Dyna project we got going on. If you guys didn't know, we are working on an 06 Superglide. We're going to make this Superglide more super. It was definitely kind of bone stock for most part, a peepaw bike. We're making it into something that's just going to be fun to rip around. It's not going to be a 1,000 horsepower street killer, but it's going to end up having some good suspension and just an all-around fun bike to ride. So in the last videos, we got the back end kind of cleaned up, put together. We changed out the tail light and the turn signals, all that fun stuff. On this one, though, we are doing brakes. And we're just going to clean these things. I could probably tell you that most likely these wheels have never been scrubbed. This is an 06 and it's got 30,000 miles on it roughly. And these wheels look like it's an 06 with 30,000 miles. So we're going to try and clean them up as best we can. I want to see what they look like once they're fully cleaned, and try and debate, do we want to powder coat them, or if we're just going to leave them that stock kind of a aluminum look. And then one thing I am trying to decide right now is my sprocket, if I want to leave the sprocket this blonde color like what it is, or do I want to powder coat the inset of the front of this sprocket. Kind of up in the air on that, but first things first is let's get this tire just cleaned up, looking better. I'll get back with you guys here in just a little bit because you probably don't want to watch me scrubbing, or you might, I don't know. Once I get all this thing cleaned up, we'll get back together and start getting the wheel put back together, brakes on, and everything back in. Well, got the wheel stripped down, both sides, got the rotor off and the sprocket off. It's time to get this thing a good cleaning because she nasty. So we got them cleaned up. They're about 50% better. It's definitely not a brand new looking wheel. I don't know if the camera can really show you good. There's still a bunch of junk down in the coatings. We'll see how it looks once it's back on the bike. Let's get into getting this thing back together. I'm going to clean up the hub assembly right here and then start bolting it back together. That's why we always want to clean out our bolt holes before we just put new Loctite on. You can see all the gunk that we pulled out of there. That would actually cause it not to seat well. Time to install the rear rotor. It gets torqued to 30 to 45 foot-pounds, so we're just going to go at 40. Can't get good products without getting some stickers. So these are GB Brakes wave rotors. And then we are installing some Arlen S bolts that are gold for some of that bling blow. I don't know about you, but that looks sexy. And since we were going with gold fasteners on that, went and got some grade 8 bolts that are zinc coated to kind of make it look a little gold. Torquing these in a two-step process. First one's 60, back it off 180, and then we're going to go back at 78. Probably should use my bigger torque wrench. She's ready to go back in. All right, so Now that we got the tail light and all that stuff put back on, we got these off like I was mentioning before, trying to figure out all the bolt locations. I think what I'm going to be doing is doing the saddlebags from Thrashing. Those are on order. Hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. We'll get that covered up right here. But for right now, while we're waiting on that to come in to finish up this, I'm going to go and get my rear tire back on so I can get this thing kind of put back together, make it rideable again. And then once the saddlebags come in, we'll get those put on. So let's get into getting this rear tire put back on. Since we went ahead and threw on those new fancy rotors that's going to go on that rear wheel, might as well put on some new brakes. We got some EBC double centered brake pads. So we got those installed on the back right now. Now everything's just ready to go back in. Let's get to it. Just like everything else in life, before you shove your shaft in, make sure you glove up and lube up so that way you don't seize. So before you shove your shaft in, glove and lube.
That's it, boy. Get in there nice and deep like.
All right, now that we got the wheel back on, you need to set your belt deflection. There are two different measurements depending on which way you're doing it, whether it's on the Jiffy stand or they want you to pick up the rear wheel off the ground like that and measure. If you still have your belt guard on, it does have deflection meters in there. Read for your bike as far as which ones mean what. But you do need two tools recommended to do this. You can either make this tool, which is a alignment guide, so that way you can make sure your rear wheel is aligned. And then you need a belt. It's like a push tool that measures the proper amount of force that you're supposed to be pushing up on the belt when you're measuring. Really need both these tools to do it. I will link both of these in the description below if you guys want to go take a look at them. They're fairly cheap. I would say $30 for both of them, maybe. You can make this one if you want. There's videos online on how to make these. It won't be as fancy, but you can still make something. This one you can't really necessarily make easily, so it'd probably be cheaper and easier to buy this. But whenever it comes to rear wheel alignment, Dynas make it very easy. Most of them have a hole right here in the swing arm. And all you do is you just put the end of this piece in there, and then you put your centering tab. You just line it up with your axle. That's why you can just take this thing and move it, line it up like so. And then you go over to the other side, and with this locked in, you just go over there, put it in, make sure it's the same distance from center to center, and you're good. And then after you check your belt deflection, once you do all that, then you can torque your nut. Well, guys, that's probably going to be a wrap for this video. That was just kind of getting the back end, getting cleaned up. Like I said, in the next video, we'll probably be doing bags. I went ahead, I've got rear shocks ordered. I've got front suspension ordered. I've got risers ordered. I've got gauge relocation ordered. This bike's about to be pimp. It's supposed to be just a fun daily rider, but we got a lot of parts on order for it. So with that being said, we're going to cut this video. Next time you guys see it, it'll probably be back up front, working on the front end of the bike, getting it ready. I will be trying to debate on if I want to go ahead and pull the front wheel off and get that ready, because whenever we go to do the front suspension, I am going to have the lower forks powder coated. I might have the triple trees powder coated. It's still up in the air on if I want to do the triple trees or not. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thanks for checking out our Superglide build that we're doing right now. This is some content that you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Comment down below if you guys would change anything with what we're doing. We're excited to get this bike out on the road and ripping. We're excited to have you guys here with us. Brandon with Jarhead's Garage. I'll catch you guys on the next one.